And suddenly the house is on fire. And suddenly the house is on fire. The house is on fire. And suddenly the house is on fire. 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 And suddenly the house is on fire. And suddenly the house is on fire. The house is on fire. And suddenly the house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire. The house is on fire.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for coming in.
Okay.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Hey, I was just watching the intro. The intro thing was cutting out and everything.
Really?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was on both things. It was. You know, it was freezing up, and then it went black for a little bit over on here. There.
That's weird because it wasn't on my end, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Was it doing that for everybody out there? Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. I didn't. Oh, there's my new dog. Hello, Winnie. I didn't know if I was going to go live tonight. I was kind of really busy, and then we just got home. My husband's painting the kitchen, and then we have this dog.
He's still painting the kitchen?
Yeah. He was painting the ceiling, and then now he's painting the walls. So.
Oh, good. At least he went started from the top down.
I'm black now? That's so weird. Like, what's going on?
It went, your picture came back when you brought me up on YouTube. It came back from black to having the both of us up there.
Winnie. She's still a puppy, so I have to watch her. Hold on 1 second.
Is her full name Winnie Winifred Sanderson?
My husband wanted to name her Winifred Sanderson, but her name is Winifred Wide.
See how many people get the connection there on that one.
Okay, well, if everything's fine out there, thanks, guys. Sorry. I don't know what happened, but I don't know.
Oh, hi, Winnie. You want to come up here? Oh, do you? Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? Come here. It's okay. Oh, you're still a puppy. Oh. Say hi, everybody. Say, my name is Winnie. Oh. She's so little.
And there's Smelly Ellie.
So what's up, Smell? So what's going on, girlfriend? Ella's a baby. Oh, hello. Okay. Ah! God.
I think we're still suffering a little bit from the that CME, the geomagnetic storm from it.
Yeah,
hit
probably.
this morning.
Hold on one second. I'm gonna close the door, make sure they don't come back in here. So give me 1 second.
Come
on, guys.
How's everybody doing out there? Hey, Moon, how's it going? Well, I got to do a video tomorrow what I finished today. I got all the framing done for the new patio roof. So it's all done, and now I just got to wait till the staff sergeant gets here, and then we will. Well, it's done, but I need to put up some angle supports on it to give it a little more stabilization. But I want her to tell me what angle, how long, so it meets her specifications. So that's what I'm doing. I got to do. I got that. Oh, and I got unboxing to do for you guys later too. I got some stuff for next year for livestock.
Oh yeah.
So I got to do an unboxing video tonight here after we're done here.
Hello, Myra Page. Thank you guys for coming in. I don't really have any subject or anything. Sorry, guys. Anything really planned out. Oh, you just got home, Uncle Al? Yeah. Hello, Moon. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Just been really busy. We did Boy Scouts tonight, and what they were doing is they were trying to teach everybody how to set up a tent properly. So we were doing that, and we were also learning how to put up a hammock. So we were doing that, and then came home, and it's just been really super busy. Fred had school today. We went down south, so we left and went. I drove down south for a couple hours, and then came back to pick up Winnie. Winnie was Dustin's dad's neighbor's dog. And she's an older woman, and she couldn't take care of it. So we took it. We took her. So
how old is she?
She's 9 months.
It's going to take a little bit of extra training to get over any bad habits she's picked up in the last 9 months.
Yeah, I don't think she has any, though. She's doing really good, and she's doing really good with Fred. And cool. We're really excited about that. Hello, Glenn. Thanks for coming in. Hello, Marshmallow Man.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right.
That's good. Yeah, so we took her dog. I felt bad because she was very upset and she was crying. But the dog is super hyper, which is known, that breed is known to be hyper. And she couldn't walk it outside. And she's an older woman. And the dog was just all over the place. But we get her here and she's fine. So I don't know if maybe she wasn't walking her enough or didn't give her enough exercise. You know, there's just a lot of things going on there. So we took her, and yeah, she's a French bulldog, and I'm excited to have her. She's been awesome, and she's really good with the other dog. Actually, she already has shown submission to the other dog, which is pretty hilarious. And my dog was eating her food right off the bat. And then when Winnie went in to go and eat her own food while Ellie was eating it, Ellie would like growled at her a little bit. I've never seen that before. So I was like, Ellie, I'm like, you're eating her food. Stop it, you know? And, you know, so it's just funny. Ellie's really laid back. She's super laid back. And so it's a good combination. And then Fred was sitting on the floor playing with the dog. And she never shown any sign of aggression. He even like took her toy out of her mouth and she didn't care. That's like, those are some things that are signs that we look at, you know, how does the dog act around him? And if he can just take a toy out of her mouth, how does she, you know, and she's so cool. She just doesn't care. And so those were some things that we were looking for. And so far it's been amazing. And she's actually playing with Fred. She really likes him. She was licking him and everything else. So
the next thing to do is to get a cheap sleeping bag that Fred can crawl inside. A big enough where he crawl and turn around. We get in there and stick his hand out and making scratching sounds on it and see if she can get to pounce on the bag and start playing with it that way without biting.
Yeah.
Just soft and realize he's in there playing and crawl in there with him. Then you got a great dog.
Yeah. It's funny that you say that because I used to do that with my pit bull, my American bulldog. I used to put a comforter, wrap myself in a big thick comforter, and I used to poke around and stuff, and he would go crazy. And I felt safe doing that, knowing that he couldn't really hurt me through the comforter. And he never really ever hurt me. He just knew I was playing with him. So I used to do that all the time with him. I loved it. That dog was like 100 pounds, and he just he was such a baby. But
yeah, I had a black lab golden retriever mix from 2 paper dogs that got together that weren't supposed to. Yeah,
we lost you.
21 at the time. And so I was in the big sleeping bag I had on the living room floor there playing with her. And I could hold the arm up and she'd grab onto it and then I go, and she'd go, and then I go, and she'd go back and forth. And she would hunt to try to find the opening to get in with me.
That's funny. But yeah, so far she's a great dog. I was just concerned, because we had 2 dogs previously, and the other dog was really aggressive towards my son and tried to bite him twice. And because of that, we had him put down. And so we were kind of hesitant about getting another dog. But this is okay. She's small. And so I feel like it's a good match for us. And so does my husband. And that's awesome when you feel that right off the bat with a dog.
Yeah.
And she's only 9 months. So, she's trainable right now. So I'm just excited. She's pretty cool. And there's a lot of things like the lady kept her in the cage most of the time. She never took her out. So, there's just lots of things that this dog has never seen. And the car ride home was pretty cool. Like, she just kept looking at all the cars and was like real inquisitive about everything because, she hasn't been out.
There's a big world out here.
Yeah. So it was funny. And then we have a lead for her outside. So we put her outside and she is so excited about that. So yeah, she's pretty cool so far. But yeah. So how are you doing, Lewis? I haven't heard from you in a while, except for your YouTube video that you sent me about. That was pretty cool.
Doing okay.
Oh, that's good. Okay. How's the weather there? Is it turned cold yet?
At nighttime, it's getting cold.
Yeah, that sucks. Johnny Chef says, my second child wants all kinds of pets. Spider, walking stick, cat. I was like, maybe an ant farm, worm farm. We have a dog and a fish tank. I see those jumping spiders as pets all the time. And I think those are pretty cool. I follow this one woman on Instagram, and I cannot remember her name, but she raises them or whatever. And I asked her, I said, if I have one of those, do I have to take it out and let it play around? Or can I just leave it in its thing? Because I don't want it to touch me. Like, from a distance, they're cool. And I like looking at them in their cage. But I'm like, I don't think I want it touching me. This woman has it crawling on her hand, like hanging out. Like, I don't want all that. And she's like, yeah, but they're very social spiders. And I'm like, nah, I don't think a jumping spider's for me. I'm good. But they're really cool. I like looking at them. I just don't want to have to take it out of its thing. I guess. I don't know. Plus, they're kind of expensive and they don't live very long. So that's another thing. So I was at the pet store today. We went to the pet store. I forget where we were at. Pet Supply Plus is where we were at. And they have a groomer there. They also have a walk-in, like you can wash your dog, like a car wash. It's not a car wash, but you know, you can go in and wash your dog. So they have that in there. And then they also had like, you can get your dog's nails clipped. Well, this dog needed her nails clipped bad. They were like sharp little razors. And so we took her in and got her nails clipped. And it was only $14, which I didn't think was bad. And so we did that. And I got her a fancy collar and a cute little tag. So she's looking pretty cute.
Hey, CR.
Hey, CR, thanks for coming in. Yeah, I did let everybody on Instagram know. That's how I talk to CR. So thanks for coming in. I appreciate it, guys. So anyway, the past few days, my husband had Monday off. So he's had Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday off. So we've just been spending a lot of time like cleaning up the house and painting the kitchen and painting the ceiling in the kitchen. And then we got this dog. So I'm trying not to be a little bit stressed out about it, but a little bit stressed out with Fred and everything. You joined. What's up? What's this?
There's a jumping spider.
Thanks.
I got one of those for a haunted house, and it's across from the legs is about 4 feet.
Oh,
it's huge.
That's hilarious. There was this, it's no longer there, but there was this pet store not too far from my house, like 20 minutes from my house, called Rat Kingdom. And they had anything and everything exotic in there. They had like hairless rats. They had, rats. They had boa constrictors. They had all these animals, iguanas, all the stuff that you don't normally see in a pet store, not typically. So they had this bird, the bird eater, the tarantula bird eater. And I was just like amazed. That thing was the size of my face. It was freaking huge. I've never seen anything like it in my life. I'm like, do people actually buy that as a pet? They buy it. No, I don't want that thing. Like, there's a reason why it's called the bird eater. It eats birds. Oh, so no, it's just never been my thing. They did have chameleons though, which I thought was super cool. Always wanted to have one. I heard they're really temperamental though, so I never got one. I don't want to get one if I don't think I can take care of it. But I think those things are super cool, and I love their eyes and their little hands. They're really cute. But yeah, so anyway, that's all I did the past couple days. I haven't really done anything garden-wise. I did get to see my husband's dad's garden, which was pretty cool. He started a garden last summer. And yeah, so his garden has done really good. Hold on.
It's the phone.
Yeah, it's CB messaging me.
Tell her to get her butt up here.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, so anyway. Sorry, I have to really think about what I'm typing.
Hey, Myra. Yeah, one of my special plants fell over and I brought it in and my whole house smells like it.
Oh, yeah. Are you giving yourself, what do they call that? Are you giving yourself a secondhand buzz? I guess that's what it's called. You can tell I'm such a dork when it comes. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Or as Bubba J would say, it's a contact high.
There we go. Contact high.
Yeah, I gotta wait a little bit before I can enjoy that plant.
Yeah. Well, my rainbow chard is taking off big time.
Oh yeah.
And when the temperature really dropped there, I thought, okay, it's all these plants are going to hit it because we had down to the almost 36 degrees. It was in frost warning. Well, it's out there today after I got them finishing up the wooden structure part for the patio roof, and I swear the stuff in the last couple of days have doubled in size. The peas are going bonkers. The rainbow chard's going up.
Oh.
The endive something or other is doing itself. So my wife gets here on Saturday. Actually, Sunday morning she'll get out there to take a look at it. We may be having vegetables for dinner.
Oh, cool. That's cool. I kind of miss vegetables. I do eat vegetables, but I miss like the fresh stuff from the garden.
And I thought my tomatoes were toast because when it gets that cold and it was raining a little bit and blowing, so you got wind chill factor on it, and all these green tomatoes. I go, oh man, they're all turning red and orange. It's like, oh, cool. They're ripening quick.
Oh, CR.
You hungry, CR? For those that don't know, that's the running joke. CR, we start talking food, and CR gets hungry, he has to go eat.
Yeah, planting anything fall vegetables. Yeah. Oh man. So, yeah.
Shawnee, no, I haven't bought anything, but I've gotten a boatload of stuff from Joe.
No, I haven't bought anything yet. But I probably will here before too long. I don't know. I'm still trying to determine what I want tomato-wise for next year. So.
There was one, I have to go and look at it, but it was from, I'm thinking Joe had him up on on his channel. I'm not sure which. I have to go back. I saved the web page that was being brought up, so I got it saved in my my garden folder. But it was the white tomatoes.
Oh wow!
Which are supposed to be. They were saying they're really delicious, and they're practically zero of the
acid.
Yeah, the lectin, whatever heck is in there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That the red ones have. The red ones have the most. Green ones have less. The yellows have even less. And the white ones have practically none.
I forget what the white ones. We grew them one year. I forget what they're called. They start with a T, I think.
Let's see if I can find it over here.
Well, yeah, they're pretty low on acid.
Gardening. Cover crops. Now the question is, which computer did I set? Which not computer? Which browser did I save it on?
Yeah, I pretty much got to wait till I think January. to get potatoes for potato starts and garlic.
Let's see here. Okay.
Might have to get a couple of seeds like herbs or something like that.
Yeah. Hey, hi, Tibor. Thanks for coming in.
Oh, come on. I think I may have. Shoot. Oh, it was Renaissance Farms. Oh, that was the one. That was the one that Joe showed. Let me share this. This is one I got to show my wife and see if she wants to try growing it. Evidently, it's supposedly really good. It's called the goat bag tomato. That was one of the ones that, it's good for sauces, sandwiches, cooking, paste, and more. Look at the size of that thing. I mean,
yeah, it is pretty huge.
I mean, you could take one of if you sold those at the farmer's market. Like, here's a tomato, and you probably get people buying a bunch of them.
Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty cool.
So yeah, maybe getting that. But I gotta wait till Chris is here and we can go over some of this stuff.
Hmm. Oh.
Shoot, but I can't find the other ones from. Shoot, whenever I saved it, dang it.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
I just told her I was live. Did Chris enjoy being on your panel the other night? Did she?
Yes. She may. Everyone, cross your fingers. Well, if they depend on what time they get in here Saturday, she may come up on Survival Saturday because Survival Saturday is about come on, Brady, doing a survival garden. She's all into making a survival garden, food for a survival garden. And if I have Howie up here, I might be able to get her in there too.
Yeah.
And then after that, once she meets Howie may have another subscriber and a lot of questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. It's CB at Hugo Homestead.
What's up? I was just thinking, CB, how long we have known each other. And we pretty much have known each other as long as I've had my YouTube channel. For like all 4 years. It's going up probably 5 years now. But I still remember when you would email me and stuff. And yeah, so we've been friends for a long time. Yes, please do hit the like button. Yeah, you are an original OG for reals. Yeah. I appreciate you. So I kind of have a bitch a little bit, a complaint. So I'm kind of a paint snob. I mean, I've worked with paints before, and I've worked in paint departments, so I know what is good and what isn't good as far as paint is concerned. So maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, I redid my kitchen in my other house that I had. Mm-hmm. And we used a Sherwin-Williams paint called Showcase. And it's really good paint. It's not top of the line, but it's not cheap. It's not cheap. either. So anyway, we used it on my walls in my other kitchen, and it was awesome. We literally only had to do one coat. It was fabulous. So I trust it, right? Because we used it before and it was great paint. That's what I bought this time to paint my kitchen. And my husband is literally going to have to paint the walls like 3 times.
What's the color difference from the original that he's painting over and current, the new paint?
It is the same color. I'm doing the same kitchen.
Okay. So all he's just doing is just covering up stuff.
Yeah. And that paint, okay, when they say it's a paint and primer in one, basically they're saying that you have to give the walls 2 coats. Your first coat is your primer, right? So
Yeah.
I get that. And most people do paint it twice because you just do. You paint it twice. It gives it a nice, coat. So I get painting it twice. Painting it 3 times?
But it's the same color, so there shouldn't be anything bleeding through.
It's not right. There's something wrong. And it could be, but I'm kind of pissed. I mean, it's like $56 a gallon.
Yeah, for that, geez.
And there's a reason why we bought it, because we don't screw around with cheap paint.
Yeah.
Because I've used cheap paint in my old house, and that stuff would just like run down my walls. It was horrible. So I've used cheap paint before. Actually, it was Valspar. And so I've used cheaper paint before. And I know what it does, and I know what they do to it. But to use an expensive paint that Sherwin-Williams slaps their name on, it just kind of pisses me off a little bit.
Because last year when I one of Sherwin-Williams oil-based paint.
Oh yeah.
For the covers for my out there for over the irrigation pipe one that cover it, and over where I got the water valves for the house and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Did it work okay?
Well, being oil-based paint, I know I got it on fresh plywood. I'm gonna have to paint it 3 times. 2 times, and it rained, and water just beaded right off of it just perfectly. So I didn't have to do a 3rd coat, but I did a 3rd coat anyways. But it was also, I could tell as I was doing it, it soaked in really good the first time, unlike latex paint. So the color was pulled down into the wood.
Yeah.
And the 2nd coat sealed everything good. 3rd coat just protects it from the grandkids.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I just got bad paint. I don't know. And I know sometimes, and I don't think it's in this case, but I know sometimes if you use too much pigment, it doesn't stick. It won't stick to the walls. And I've done that before with messing around with people's paint, because they'd come in and they'd be like, hey, this color is not the same on the walls. So then you put in more pigment, or you put in more to try and match the color that they want. And you let them know, hey, the more pigment I put in this, I'm just letting you know, it changes the chemistry of the paint and it won't stick to your walls. And a lot of times that happens if you use extremely dark paint, because the pigment just won't stick to the wall. So that isn't the case in this instant. I'm using yellow. It's not like I'm using black or the darkest blue you can find or the darkest green you can find.
That's what I used. And it worked. But yeah, I have a feeling that batch may have had a problem.
It might, but Sherwin-Williams isn't going to back it up. They will literally send a rep out to your house to see how you did it before they will replace your paint.
Right.
I painted an outdoor table. It was supposed to be dark gray, but it turned out funky shade of blue. Sherwin got a nasty call, but they took back because they had a mix that shade of They took it back because they had to mix that shade of gray. Yeah, they will take it back to test it. If you really complain, a Sherwin-Williams representative will come into the store wherever you buy it. We didn't go to Sherwin-Williams. We went to Lowe's, which carries Sherwin-Williams paint. So they will send a rep in to take your paint and test it. And I have, oh, by the way, I have tested their heavy primer paint before with markers. I had a piece of drywall and I had split it in 3, and I used like a couple markers that I had and scribbled all over it. And then I can't remember what is above Showcase. I can't remember anymore. But anyway, I used their it was Premier, I think that's what it's called. So I used their most expensive paint and painted on that drywall, and it doesn't matter how many coats I gave it, it never covered up that marker. So yeah, they will take it back. And Valspar is now owned by Sherwin-Williams as well, so they will do the same thing. But still, it's just kind of like, it's a little bit irritating to spend that much money on paint and not have it work.
Yeah, when I got the Sherwin-Williams stuff here in Idaho Falls, you got Lowe's, Harbor Freight, Sherwin-Williams store.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got it from the Sherwin-Williams store. What's interesting, though, is for the Western United States, it's manufactured just outside of Fernley, Nevada, which puts it about 40 miles from Reno.
Oh, wow.
It's where the big Sherwin-Williams factory is.
Wow. What are you saying thanks for, CR? It's not called Premier. Infinity, I think, is what it's called. By the way, I'm a paint collector, right? Because I worked in the paint department. God, do I have so much paint in my basement. It's insane. So I had some of that Infinity paint. I had gallons of it in my basement. So I used that to paint some of my basement walls. Because my grandparents decided they painted the basement like army green. That was like the thing back then, to paint things green. And so we painted over it using some of that paint, and it was fabulous. So I'm not saying all their paint sucks, but this batch could have been a bad batch or something. Or maybe the pigment wasn't right for it. I don't know, but I was very unimpressed. Kind of bad.
One of the things I always worry about stores like Lowe's and Home Depot, when they got several different brands, yet they got one rack of pigment.
Mm-hmm.
So is this pigment really for this brand of paint, or is it for the generic store brand paint, and they just have the numbers to make it work with the other brands?
No, they have it's specific pigments specifically for that.
Okay.
Because they have formulas written into the computer. So when you pick up one of those cards,
mm-hmm.
you can scan that card and it will pop in the formula, and that is what you get, is that pigment for that brand. And you're not supposed to mix colors. So say, for instance, I wanted showcase paint, but I saw a Valspar color that I like. They'll mix that for you, but they cannot guarantee that it'll be
right
what it's,
Because I remember back in the day getting paint. They had the rack of the different ones, and they pull out the get the thing for it, and they put it in the thing, and bring it to notch 17, push it down, move over to the next, and move it up to this notch, push it down. And so they take the squirts manually,
mm-hmm.
And then they would put the lid on, shake it up and stuff, and pull it out and test it, and put the hair dryer on it to blow it, to dry it quickly.
I am so glad I never did anything manually. That would have just sucked. Like, no. I did everything with a machine, but still. Yes. And that's why, yes, because it is the kitchen, we did, and we wiped everything. They're supposed to basically wipe everything down with TSP, and that's what we did. My husband wiped down the wall with TSP. By the way, you guys know it's trisodium phosphate, right? Which is the same chemical that is in Lucky Charms. But somehow on the TSP box, it says not to get it on your skin or ingest it. Explain that one, right?
Concentration.
Nuts. Don't eat Lucky Charms.
It's magically you.
Yeah, I do like Kills. Unfortunately, Kills isn't like the good stuff. You can use the latex. They have a Kills 2, which is it's latex, but the good stuff is oil based.
Yeah,
and that is what you want to use. My previous house that I lived in was owned by a chain smoker that had lived there for 30 years. It was disgusting.
Like my grandmother.
It seriously took us 2 months before we could move in. We bought 3 5-gallon buckets of Kills oil-based paint, and we painted the entire house in that before we painted the walls. And it took us like 2.5 months before we could move in. It was crazy.
Yeah. My grandmother smoked like a freight train with several engines.
Mm.
She'd be knitting. She'd have a cigarette in one hand while she's knitting, another one in the tray, and one hanging out of her mouth.
Yeah, that's
and
great.
She used to go in and she switch cigarettes and going on. And above her rocking chair was a lamp from the ceiling, came down about that big around, had scalloped edges on it, and the plastic on the bottom, and had 4 light bulbs in it, and it had settings on it, 1, 2, 3 clicks for different brightnesses. We went to change that thing out after she passed away, and it was like, touched it, it was like crap came off on your hands, the tar and nicotine. And so instantly into the kitchen, wash that off.
Hey, Prepper 101. Thanks for coming in.
And we wound up just having to get the latex gloves to take everything apart and everything. And TSP was the second treatment cleanup we did. My uncle worked for Shell Oil, and he had some industrial solvent stuff he brought over.
Mm.
And he and his oldest son, who was 10 years older than I am, got some stuff, and they started wiping down the walls and stuff. And they were just throwing rags and stuff away because they'd wipe it and the stuff would come off almost black.
Yeah, we cleaned everything up with trisodium phosphate. And I was literally taking a mop to the walls to clean it off and to get it clean. And it was disgusting. That stuff was just literally orange was running down the walls. So don't smoke, y'all. It's gross.
See, all that is you're getting that spread out over the entire room, whereas all that goes into the lungs first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll never forget. We had one of those old cool air return grates in the family room, and she had seafoam green carpet, right? But we didn't know that because it was brown, right? We lifted up the grate in the living room to remove the carpet, and that is the only reason why we knew her carpet was seafoam green. Yeah. Yeah. Very interesting.
Yeah, but my dad smoked, but never in the house and never around us. He'd sneak down to the barn and smoke in the barn.
Yeah.
He started smoking when he was 9 years old, 1939.
Yeah. It's hard when you're that old to quit, and when you get older.
Yeah, the one time he had a chance to quit, he was driving a truck and got a van, like a road coach truck, got T-boned, was in the hospital for 3 weeks. We tried talking to the administrator. He needs to be in a non-smoking room because he was driving him nuts. They put him in a room with a heavy smoker. who was sitting there smoking all the time. And my dad is just driving my dad's nuts. He figured, great, this is 3 weeks without smoke. I can do it. It's going to help me quit.
Yeah.
And nope, they put him in a room with a heavy smoker.
Yeah, that's not
in
good.
a hospital.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Whatever. I mean, whatever floats your boat. If that's what you like to do, that's great. And just letting you know, if you ever smoked a day in your life, you should have came over and cleaned my house. I guarantee you by the time you were done, you probably wouldn't smoke anymore. Because it was unreal. I've never seen anything like it in my life. 3 weeks is not long enough to quit for a long-time smoker. No, it actually takes a lifetime, because my dad smoked for years and quit when I was born, right? He started when he was 9, because that was the thing back in the day, right? Mm-hmm. So he quit when I was born. And even as he got older, he knew he never smoked, but he still craved it.
Yeah. But several weeks there of totally being going cold turkey can help you get over the first hump.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough to quit, and so, yeah, I can't even imagine.
I think, Prepper, I thought you said the hardest thing was your mother-in-law's biscuits.
You cracked me up, Prepper 101. I quit smoking 8 years ago. I don't miss it. I'll never smoke again. I smoked for over 30 years. Wow, that's a long time. But yeah, so happy that you quit, though. I mean, yeah, that's hard to do, to, quit something so addictive like that. So good for you, man. I bet you it's just as hard to quit caffeine too. Like if you drink a lot of caffeine all the time, like coffee, for instance. Usually coffee and nicotine go hand in hand, though. People that smoke drink coffee all day long. Cassie uses my homemade biscuits as a heat shield on their spacecraft. Oh, do they now? That's hilarious.
That was good.
You're funny.
Oh. You got to be right in saving these and send them in to someone like Bill Engvall or Jeff Foxworthy using in their
yeah.
I could just see Jeff Foxworthy. Yeah, no, you're a hillbilly when they use your biscuits on the space shuttle as a heat shield.
Yeah.
But yeah. Oh boy. Now here's what's interesting. I may take this off in a way you don't want to go. You just tell me to stop. My grandmother, I was born in 1899, and she was 87.
Mm-hmm.
88 when she passed away.
Yeah.
She smoked, 90% of her life. Her mother lived to be 102.
Oh,
and
wow.
She smoked a pipe most of her life. My grandmother's, a lot of her brothers and sisters all smoked, and they all lived late into their 80s or 90s. However, they grew up eating farm food. Mm-hmm. They ate farm food most of their lives.
And I guarantee you that the tobacco that they were smoking was probably also from the farm.
Yeah, none of this high concentrate stuff probably too, until after they moved off the farm. Mm-hmm. But when I was about, trying to remember when we went up to Tacoma and around to Coeur d'Alene and visited a bunch of the relatives. I was in early teens, 13, 14, maybe 15. And most of her brothers. She had one sister and 13 brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Had all the ones who stopped and visited had acreage and had gardens. They were not eating a lot of processed food from the store.
Yeah.
So
interesting. But yeah, I really do think like if you grew your own tobacco and used it for your own purposes, that it probably wouldn't be as bad as buying a pack of cigarettes, because cigarettes have tar in them. They have, I don't know,
all tobacco has tar and nicotine in it. All plants, when it smolders, gives off tar.
Oh, okay.
However, the process of tobacco nowadays is not the same tobacco of 80 years ago.
Yeah. No.
It's genetically modified. It's bred to have more nicotine.
Yeah. No, I totally agree with Gil. I can see tobacco hanging in a barn from my kitchen window. Cross my mind that he would be looted during SHTF. Yeah. Oh, we lost. He's back though.
Yeah, I totally froze. When I see myself totally freeze there and not go out, then I know the whole thing's lost connection with Streamlabs. So, but the tobacco, is not is bred to have be more addictive, to have more of these chemicals in it and stuff than the old stuff does. Because that was a big thing. You get more of this for your for smoke back in the 50s and 60s, and then they go, oh well, we're working to reduce our tar and nicotine. Yeah, they increased it by 600%. Now they're going to reduce it by 2%. But yeah, it's but the thing is, though, what I want to get at is the processed food versus farm food. The farm food is so much more healthier for you and made their bodies were stronger and healthier.
Yeah.
And so the tobacco probably wasn't being helped along and killing them, like high fructose corn syrup, maltodextrin, and all the super refined foods and stuff, which are not healthy for us.
This is really funny, but that's not funny, but it's interesting. I was just talking to somebody at the pet store today, and they said that their one dog had a really weird form of cancer, and the vet told them that you could not feed the dog anything that had corn in it anymore. And I immediately told her it was because corn is in high fructose corn syrup and make cancer grow. And so that would probably, if they laid off the corn, it would probably stop the cancer from reproducing as much. Not saying that it would cure it, but it'd probably slow it down quite a bit.
It wouldn't be giving the boost it needs.
Right. So that's probably exactly why the vet said that. And it is a known fact. There is research out there saying that high fructose corn syrup can increase cancer cells. So
now if you remember when I had Doc Bones and Nurse Amy on, not the last time I had them on, but one of the previous times, Nurse Amy went off on high fructose corn syrup.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God! Speaking of which, just dawned on me. Have you seen the commercial? Now, it's been a while since I've seen it because I don't have television to watch commercials, but I was over at my mom's and I saw Mario Lopez doing an ad about high fructose corn syrup and how great it was. And I was just thinking, do you not do research on what you're doing? Like, I was just like shocked by that. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. High fructose, the sugar industry, the corn industry for high fructose corn syrup is spending money like the tobacco industry was back before they got slapped with tobacco caused cancer.
Mhm.
They were fighting it for several decades.
Yeah.
Spending tons of money trying to stop that from being labeled as
Right.
causing lung cancer. And
Hey, Paul. Thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Good morning.
good morning, sir.
But yeah, I just was like, I can't believe he was doing a commercial about that. I'm like, I know you want to get paid, but really? You're going to stoop that low? Like, yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm like, do you think Mario Lopez out there is like drinking high fructose corn syrup? I don't think so. Like, I was just surprised by that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I do enjoy, I don't drink pop, by the way. I don't keep it in the house at all because I love it that much. So I distance myself from it.
That reminds me, CR.
Diet Coke is another one of those things. Like if I'm out somewhere, I want to go and by the way, it's better when you go through the drive-through. I don't know why, but it is. So like I enjoy my occasional Diet Coke through the drive-through, but I will not buy a case of Diet Coke because if I do, then it's gone in a couple days and I just drink a crap ton of Diet Coke. So I limit myself. I do allow myself to have it, but I do not keep it in the house. And that is the same with potato chips and that kind of stuff, because if I keep it in my house, then it's gone and I just don't keep it in the house. So with that being said, I do use those drinks that have stevia in them. So, and I give those to my son as well. They're just like little things that you put in water bottles or whatever, like that, a drink enhancer. And I don't do, I mean, I have done energy drinks. I would say maybe a couple of them in the past 3 months, but I usually don't drink them because they cause my anxiety to go through the roof and I start wigging out. So I stopped drinking energy drinks as well, especially after I had my son. Like after I had my son, like I was real sensitive to it and I still am. So I have to be really careful too. And I can't usually drink caffeine after 2 o'clock in the afternoon because if I do, I can't sleep at night. I'm like wired. So I'm really careful about what I'm drinking and stuff like that.
The only time I ever drink any energy drinks, I was drinking the grape flavored Nosh when I was getting up at 3:30 in the morning to drive to California.
Yeah.
So I get two cans.
Hey, Chipper.
And about the time I hit hit Twin Falls, I popped one open. And when I hit halfway between Lovelock, when I hit Lovelock, I popped the other one, and I was just finishing it up when I was going through Sacramento.
Yeah.
And then it's only 45 minutes to the house. So, but of course, then I'm on traffic, and I'm like, all right, got the idiots driving all around me.
Okay. That cracks me up that you say that because it's so funny because my husband and I were talking about that. I'm like, they just need to put Coke back in Coca-Cola. That is so funny that you say it because we say that all the time. They just need to put Coke back in Coca-Cola, for God's sakes. Everybody would be happier.
Not the only one. Dr. Pepper. Why do you think it was called Dr. Pepper? It wasn't the energy drink of the time, and you had to go to the pharmacy to get it originally, and then they mass produced it with the same stuff in it until they had to until the government got involved. Oh, no narcotics in soda drinks.
I don't need to drink that much any energy drinks. I'm telling you what, you guys, like if I drink an energy drink, it's because I'm dead tired and it's usually in the morning. It's not at 8 o'clock at night because I just want to, woo, I want to have a good time. Like I drink it because it's absolutely needed. you know, or my son kept me up all night, and I needed to go the next day. It's not something that I definitely don't want to drink 3 of them in 5 hours. That would kill somebody.
I knew a supervisor for TSA. She worked the graveyard shift, Judy, and it was hilarious because they had access to our office. Both people, we're DHS. They're under us. They'd come in, make reports, and supervisors had to turn paperwork into us. And she'd come in there, and she and a couple others were the main buyers of all of our Rockstar.
Oh.
And she would come in and she'd buy 2 Rockstars at the beginning of her shift. 3 hours later, she'd come in and buy 2 more. 3 hours later, she'd come in and buy 2 more.
No thanks.
And they said, yeah, she's out there. She was out there on the floor, just bing, 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 ricochet rabbit all over the place. But if she tried going without it, I mean, she would go along. All of a sudden, she'd like, standing up. It's like, okay.
Yeah. I have no idea what they put in those French fries, but yes, they are good. They're like one of the best. However, I think they like, I don't know what the McDonald's actually does, but I'm pretty sure that they dip them in some kind of beef flavoring, or they put some kind of flavoring on them before they ship them off to the store. And I used to have this vegetarian come in all the time, and he would tell me, he's like, I can't eat the fries. And I'm like, why? They're French fries. You don't think about it. He's like, it's because they use meat products to make their fries taste better. So I don't know if that's true or not, but
I know McDonald's hamburgers has in the dough has high fructose corn syrup.
Yeah.
To make the buns sweeter.
It sucks. Everything has it in it. Yeah, I can't make fries that good at home either, but I do have French fries in my freezer to put in the air fryer. So at least if I put them in the air fryer, I feel a little bit healthier, even though they're not really all that healthy, because they're still French fries. They're still not that great for you. But if you need a fix, I pop them in the air fryer.
If you want, you get the little things, and you just make your own French fries and do them in an air fryer, do them in a convection oven. Mm-hmm. And you just put your seasoning on it beforehand while they're still moist. You roll them around, put them on the tray, whatever, on parchment paper, and then cook them up. Those are a lot more healthy for you than anything other than In-N-Out Burger, because In-N-Out Burger makes them fresh like that in front of your eyes.
Yeah, I've never had In-N-Out, but I want to try it someday. I know they're only West Coast, but it'd be amazing to try it someday. Yeah. Yes, exactly. I love MSG. I put that crap on everything. MSG and lard. Yeah, cook everything in MSG and lard. Yep. McDonald's fries are awesome. What'd you say, Louis?
What Keeper said.
Deep fryer.
McDonald's fries are also sprayed with sugar before freezing. That's what I was told by a manager. They probably could be. I know their ketchup is specially made for McDonald's. So if you get McDonald's ketchup, it is loaded with probably high fructose corn syrup, because it's just
Heinz makes it for them.
Yeah, it's just, you could just tell the difference.
Yeah. And my daughter, when she was soon as she graduated from Brigham Young, Idaho, she went to work for McDonald's, because that's what she could find a job really quick at, and it was paying really well. And within 3 months, she made manager.
Oh, nice.
And she was. I got to go talk to her about all, because she knows all sorts of stuff she hasn't mentioned it. But she said, "What am I supposed to talk about?" I go, "Hey, your non-disclosure is long gone over. You can talk about it."
That's funny. But yeah, I try to make things as healthy as I possibly can. I am definitely a chunky girl, so I can't tell you that I'm just 100. I can't stand up here and say that I am just 110% perfection, because I definitely am not. I'll take 20-piece nugget, bacon McDouble, large fries, 5 sweet and sour, and a large sweet tea. Oh my gosh, I love their sweet tea, but I don't drink it anymore because of all the sugar that they put in it. However, what's really, really funny is one time we usually, when we go through, we get like the family pack, where you get two Big Macs, 2 cheeseburgers, a 10-piece nugget, and 4 small fries. And it's a family pack. My son never hardly eats. Maybe he'll have like 4 nuggets and a couple fries. Like, he rarely ever eats anything in it. But
That's like dinner for me.
we usually tell them, hey, they're like, hey, what kind of sauce do you want? And we just say, hey, we don't care. Just mix it up. This stupid airhead in the drive-thru puts freaking hot cake sauce in there, picante sauce. I'm like, you're just completely wasting the company's time and energy and money by giving me hot cake sauce, because what the hell am I going to put that on? Like, really? If I was a manager, I'd be pissed. Like, why are you giving them these extra? Because, I mean, all that stuff adds up over time. Like, why are you giving people hot cake sauce and they didn't order pancakes? Like, just give me a few sauces. Mix it up. But just give me a few sauces. I don't need hot cake syrup. Definitely don't eat commercials with Mario Lopez. That is the truth. Uga, the truth. Arby's we got a coupon in the mail. This is why I'm talking about this. But Arby's has a family pack thing now too, and it's a little bit less than McDonald's is, and we haven't got it yet, but I'm sure some night when I don't feel like cooking, because seriously, the past few nights my kitchen has been in disarray and I can't cook. So yeah, we've been eating out a couple of the nights. I'm down to 170 pounds eating puree food. I'm sure you are. That's the true reason they took sugar from the Coca-Colas back then. The sugar was going to frozen foods to make them sellable. Interesting. Yeah, I don't eat commercials. That isn't healthy. Commercial foods. Yeah. It's not healthy. But, sometimes we just do it. It's not 100% healthy, but what are you going to do?
Courtney, you said Arby's, right?
Yeah.
Arby's barbecue sauce. Ingredients: water, high fructose corn syrup, tomato paste, honey, distilled vinegar, sugar, salt, cornstarch, molasses, and then, so every other ingredient is a sugar of some sort.
Why though? It's nuts.
Flavor. It makes it, by breaking it up. If they made it took all those sugars as one ingredient, it'd be the number one ingredient. And they break it up so it's not the number one ingredient. But still, high fructose corn syrup is right behind water. Whereas if they had if it was all, the 4 things there of sugars were all one item, it'd be number one.
Hey, Rentals. If I had an eating buddy, I could stick to any menu. Meanwhile, I'm a roller coaster eater when I'm on my own. Yeah, sugar is very addictive. Would you guys say that sugar is more addictive than smoking cigarettes? Or it's probably about the same?
Yeah, it's more addictive because your body can't, your body will run on sugar because it's easier for it to run on sugar than what it's supposed to run on.
Yeah.
Which is the healthy oils and, fats. By fats, I don't mean fat off the meat. I'm talking about like avocado fat and, those type of vegetable fats. and so your body is running on fake energy as far as nature's concerned, being sugar, whereas tobacco stuff is a different type of addictive, and there's between sugar and cocaine, it's one molecule change is all. So
Rentals, yes, I am a big fan of vitamins as well. I have tons of them everywhere. I take a lot of vitamins.
Yeah.
Especially in the wintertime, I amp up my vitamin intake because I don't want to get sick.
Yeah, up your vitamin D, up your zinc, up the others. Now, here's something you got to be careful of with vitamins. And I found out, and I feel so much better. I've been changing my vitamins around. Look at the ingredients, at the fillers in the vitamins. Most of the vitamins I was taking before that had a large amount of maltodextrin in it. Got rid of that, feel so much better. That's super refined, either wheat, rice, or oats.
Yeah, and it's
super
usually
refined to the point it's bad.
Yeah, and they use it as a fake sugar in a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
I was drinking and specifically in diet stuff because I was drinking this diet Lipton peach tea. It was the powder kind that you put in a pitcher, and I was drinking it, and my stomach was cramping. I for those that know, I have stomach problems. So after I would drink it, I noticed my stomach would cramp like really bad, and I was like getting sick. And I was like, what the hell is going on? What is in this? So I researched that dextrin. And they said, they said it's worse. What I researched is that it's worse than sugar and that it can cause stomach problems. So I stopped drinking it. I left it on the counter. I feel bad that I wasted it, but I stopped drinking so much of it because I'm like, every time I drank it, I got sick. Yeah. And it hurt my stomach. Yes, it's like that Lipton. It was diet peach tea. I'm a tea drinker. Okay, I love tea. So I've been drinking the squeezable tea that has has stevia in it. So that I drink that, and instead of actually drinking iced tea, because iced tea is not really. The iced tea that I like is not really that good for you. So I switched it up.
One other vitamin to keep an eye on, especially if you're a man, the vitamin D capsules is generally most of if you look at what it is, they're getting the vitamin D from soy oil.
Oh. Yeah. That's not good.
That's not good. Now, so I found some other ones that was saying, it says no soy, olive oil only, and then you would get for the amount of the size of the capsules, you were getting more vitamin D from the same size capsule of olive oil than you were soy oil. And I'm like, wait a minute, why should I take a capsule of olive oil and spend ridiculous amount when I can just make vinegar and olive oil salad dressing on my salad and get 10, 20, 30 times as much vitamin D that way.
And potato chips. Is that oil or whatever that people were eating the potato chips and then they were like crapping their brains out because they were eating the olestra on the potato chips? I remember that specifically. Like people were eating potato chips and like getting instantly sick. For Lent, I don't eat much of anything. This year, I don't drink juices and kept it up till July. In July, I started drinking lemonade, etc. Now I feel pretty bad versus during Lent. Interesting. I make nuggets during lamb season. Okay. Yes. I think they're secretly using it still. Probably. Sorry, my eyeball itches.
Okay, that olestra, I just looked it up, and this is Center for Science. Originally envisioned as a replacement for fat in everything from cheese to ice cream, the ingredient is now only used in a couple brands of snack chips. Olestra can cause diarrhea, loose stools, abdominal cramps, flatulence, and other adverse effects. Those symptoms are sometimes severe.
Oh, wow.
And it shows as Lay's, Doritos, and Ruffles, pictures of it with the and of the packages. On the package says this product contains Olestra. Olestra may cause abdominal cramping and loose stools. Olestra inhibits the absorption of some vitamins and other nutrients. Vitamins A, D, E, and K have been added.
Interesting. Yeah, it's nuts, guys. You can't escape it. You can try to escape it, but they're always trying to sneak something in there. So even when you think that you're like, okay, so I'm going to drink this diet soda because it's better than drinking all that sugar in that Pepsi, right? But they're putting all that crap in the diet soda as well. So like, what are you going to drink? I mean, yeah, you can drink water, but what's your alternative? Like, drinking water all the time sucks. Like, submarine grease. Lay's potato chips with a warning label. Yeah, for reals. I really, really like the, is it Izzy Pop? Anyway, it's really good. It's like, it's water, but it's like fizzy water, carbonated water, and it's all natural flavors. They even have Jerusalem artichoke as like one of their ingredients. Which
that's healthy for you, Jerusalem artichoke.
Yeah. It's it's supposed to help with your digestion, but seriously, it tastes like really good, yummy pop. And there's only 35 carbohydrates in the whole thing and like 4 grams of sugar. So it's like really, really good to drink.
Okay, I got some we talking about that. I was hooked on the Great Value flavor packets for the water and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I first found out about the maltodextrin from Dr. Berg, I started looking at things. The number one ingredient in the Great Value flavor packets for water, maltodextrin. Mm-hmm. So I cut that out. My daughter suggested something to me, and this may wash out. Okay, it's showing it. Got True Lemon and got True Lime. I'm going to read these ingredients. So get turned up here the right way. Okay, so for just the lemonade, the ingredients are crystallized lemon, cane sugar, so you got sugar, stevia leaf, extract, natural flavor, turmeric for color.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad. It'll show you that sugar in there, but yeah. The strawberry lemon one is crystallized lemon, cane sugar, natural flavor, stevia, beet powder for color. And then the lime one, True Lime, is ingredients: cane sugar, crystallized lime, natural flavor, stevia leaf, beet juice, elderberry juice. So because the lime is so much more, I guess the lime is so much more tart than the lemon is, they had to increase the amount of sugar.
This is the pop that I like to drink, guys. It's not even pop. I call it pop, but it's sparkling tonic water. Mm-hmm. And it's freaking delicious. And it has Jerusalem artichoke in it as its one of its ingredients. And I pretty much had all these flavors except for the orange and the ginger lemon. Cherry vanilla is very delicious. This strawberry vanilla is so good. But you cannot drink a ton of these because they have probiotics in them. And if you drink a ton of them, you're going to crap your pants. But but they're really good. And I'm like, when my husband and I, they can only be refrigerated. So if my husband and I will go to Walmart and we'll get them off the shelf, he likes they have classic root beer. I'd always get the vanilla, but there's another one too, and I can't think of the name of it right now. Grape, tropical punch. That tropical punch is what he likes, and it's really, really good. Hey, Star.
Okay, here's your ingredients for the root beer one of that Olipop.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it says ingredients include carbonated water. Then it says Olive Smart, which and in parentheses it says cassava root fiber, chicory root, inulin, Jerusalem artichoke inulin, nopal cactus, calendria flower, kudzu, Kudzu root, and marshmallow root, and then cassava root syrup. That's the ingredients for the root beer.
Yeah, I mean it's absolutely delicious, and if you're like trying to get away from pop, you know, get a 6 or they come in 4-packs. Get a 4-pack of one of these, put it in your fridge, and like drink one of these when you're craving a soda or something. They're delicious and they taste just like soda. Now there's a couple of them my husband didn't really like that much, and I can't remember which ones they were, but I pretty much have had all of them, and they're delicious. But Walmart only carries certain ones. They carry the strawberry vanilla, that's tropical punch, the root beer, and there's like I don't know what other ones there are that they carry, but they only carry a few of them. They don't carry all the flavors, but they're pretty delicious.
Yeah, so
I like some of the drinks that they got at the liquor store.
Yeah, the sweetener for their different varieties varies from natural stevia leaf extract and cassava root syrup. So those are the two sweeteners they use for all their drinks.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Lewis.
They got a pretty good root beer drink at the liquor store and a ginger ale drink at this liquor store.
But yeah, I drink those because they have probiotics in them or whatever, and they really help my stomach. Now I tried another one. It also had probiotics in it, and it wasn't nearly good as that. So you really have to test it out and see which ones you like the most. But they really, really help. They help my stomach. Like, they're really good. So.
Okay, I'm looking something up that I shouldn't look up, but I'm looking up anyways. Okay, my favorite soda, which I have not had since 2018, maybe before then. Flying Cauldron Butterscotch Beer, purified carbonated water, cane sugar, vanilla extract, natural caramel color, natural flavor, stevia. And it runs off on it. Stevia, rebooted leaf, and it's gluten-free, dairy-free. However, the cane sugar is so heavy in the cane sugar and the vanilla extract and the caramel. So, you know, when you sip it like you're drinking 180-year-old scotch. It'll make your eyeballs spin in their sockets if you take a good swig of it. I mean, literally, I'd pop up one of the bottles of the butterscotch beer, and 2 hours later, I'd still be sipping on that bottle.
Oh wow!
You just sip it and you just swirl it and you enjoy the taste. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys are ever in the grocery, those have to be refrigerated. So check near the refrigerated salad dressings, the chopped up vegetables. They're usually like right around there. So check it out. Those sodas are actually pretty good. It's not really soda, it's tonic water, which I really like tonic water anyway. It's one of my favorites. So
You got the history of tonic waters, don't you?
no, I have no idea. Should I know?
Tonic water, it was basically tonic water and soda. The tonic water, the original tonic water, was the medicine for malaria.
Oh yeah, because I had quinine in it.
And it was a tonic water, and they add soda with it to make it more, soda water to make it more palatable. And actually, people are like, oh, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah, I drink it straight up. Like I don't put usually like sometimes I'll put a little lemon or a little lime in there, but for the most part, I just like to drink tonic water. I think it's really good. Yes, I love tonic water with gin. Gin and tonic is my favorite. By the way, I had that yesterday. I had a couple of them. But yeah, it's one of my favorite things.
So she's protected from malaria now for the next 3 months.
Yeah.
Wow. We've been up for what, hour and a half?
Hour and a half. Yeah, I was just going to end it. So
yeah. Cool.
Thank you guys for coming in, hanging out with me tonight. I wasn't going to go live. I have a lot of things going on. New puppy. My husband's painting in the kitchen, and there's just like a lot of stuff going on. So, but thank you guys for coming in and hanging out with me tonight. Thank you, Lewis, for putting up with my indecisiveness. He asked me if I was going to go live, and I was like, no. And then he's like, then I message him back. I'm like, I'm going live. So thanks for putting up with my indecisiveness.
Was that because I messaged you on Facebook that are no live tonight?
Yeah. I was like, yeah, I better go live. So, but thanks guys for coming in, and I'll probably see y'all next Wednesday, 9:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And you'll probably see some videos in between. I got a lot of things going on, so there'll be some videos, and we will see y'all next time. Bye, y'all.